Buckle up for Airplane, the 1980 comedy that hilariously spoofs disaster flicks with non-stop gags and iconic lines. From a jittery ex-pilot to a singing nun, this wild ride will leave you laughing in the aisles. In 1980, 33-year-old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shone as co-pilot Roger Murdoch in Airplane, delivering a hilarious rant when called out as an NBA star. His 7'2" presence made the cameo unforgettable. Interesting fact, Kareem, trained by Bruce Lee, fought him in Game of Death. At 78, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar remains a towering figure in sports and culture. He's a best-selling author, penning books on history and mystery, and a frequent TV guest, appearing in New Girl and The Boys. Still holding the NBA's all-time scoring record, he advocates for social justice, writes columns, and mentors young athletes, cementing his legacy as a multifaceted icon. In 1980, 67-year-old Lloyd Bridges nailed the role of Steve McCroskey in Airplane, the chain-smoking, coffee-guzzling air traffic controller with lines like, "Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue." His frantic energy drove the film's chaos. Interesting fact, Bridges was a passionate ocean conservationist, founding the American Oceans Campaign. Lloyd Bridges passed away in 1998 at 85 from natural causes. His legacy lives on through his sons, Jeff and Beau Bridges, both acclaimed actors. He starred in over 150 films and TV shows, including Sea Hunt, and left a lasting mark on Hollywood with his versatile performances. In 1980, 54-year-old Peter Graves played Captain Clarence Over in Airplane, delivering creepy yet hilarious lines like, "Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?" with perfect deadpan. His straight-faced absurdity anchored the cockpit's comedy. Interesting fact, Graves was hesitant about the role, thinking it was too risque, but his brother, James Arness of Gunsmoke fame, encouraged him to take it. Peter Graves passed away in 2010 at 83 from a heart attack. His career spanned iconic roles like Jim Phelps in Mission, Impossible, and hosting Biography. He left a legacy of versatile performances in film and television, beloved for his commanding presence. In 1980, 25-year-old Julie Hagerty charmed as Elaine Dickinson in Airplane, the flight attendant navigating love and chaos with wide-eyed sincerity. Her comedic timing opposite Robert Hayes sparked the film's heart. Interesting fact, Hagerty was a last-minute replacement for Sigourney Weaver, landing her breakout role. At 70, Julie Hagerty remains a beloved figure in film and theater. She starred in comedies like What About Bob? And She's the Man, while shining in TV roles on The Good Fight and Black Monday. Hagerty also graces Broadway stages, earning praise for her versatile performances, and continues to captivate audiences with her infectious energy. In 1980, 33-year-old Robert Hayes soared as Ted Stryker in Airplane, the haunted ex-pilot saving a doomed flight with neurotic charm. His straight-man delivery fueled the film's hilarity. Interesting fact, Hayes beat out David Letterman and Chevy Chase for the role, landing his big break. In 2025, at 78, Robert Hayes remains active in Hollywood, with a career spanning Airplane 2, Homeward Bound, and TV shows like Sharknado 2. He's voiced characters in animated series, including Spider-Man, and appeared in recent indie films. Hayes also supports veterans charities, reflecting his Airplane pilot role, and continues to delight fans with convention appearances. In 1980, 54-year-old Leslie Nielsen stole scenes as Dr. Rumack in Airplane, delivering lines like, "Don't call me Shirley," with unmatched deadpan brilliance. His shift from dramatic roles to comedy icon began here. Interesting fact, Nielsen, a Canadian, was legally deaf and used hearing aids, yet his comic timing was flawless. Leslie Nielsen passed away in 2010 at 84 from pneumonia. His legacy includes comedy classics like the Naked Gun series and Dracula, Dead and Loving It. With over 100 films and countless TV roles, Nielsen's humor continues to inspire, cementing him as a beloved figure in cinematic comedy. In 1980, 24-year-old Lorna Patterson sparkled as Randy in Airplane, the sweet, guitar-strumming flight attendant whose cheery demeanor lit up the cabin. Her comedic flair shone in absurd moments like the singing scene. Interesting fact, Patterson was a former Miss California, competing in the 1970 Miss USA pageant before her acting career took off. In 2025, at 69, Lorna Patterson has largely stepped back from the spotlight but remains fondly remembered for Airplane. After starring in TV's Private Benjamin and guest roles on Murder, She Wrote, she focused on family and occasional theater work. In 1980, 61-year-old Robert Stack played Captain Rex Kramer in Airplane, a tough-as-nails pilot with a knack for deadpan humor, barking lines like, "We're not in Kansas anymore." His grizzled gravitas parroted his serious roles. Interesting fact, Stack, an Oscar-nominated actor, was also a skeet shooting champion, earning a spot in the Sports Hall of Fame. Robert Stack passed away in 2003 at 84 from a heart attack. Known for The Untouchables and hosting unsolved mysteries, his commanding presence left a mark on film and TV. His Airplane role remains a fan favorite, showcasing his surprising comedic chops. In 1980, 36-year-old Jim Abrahams, alongside David and Jerry Zucker, co-directed and co-wrote Airplane, crafting its relentless gags and iconic parody style. His vision turned a low-budget spoof into a comedy legend. Interesting fact, Abrahams drew inspiration from late-night TV airings of Zero Hour, buying the rights to remake it as a comedy. In 2025, at 81, Jim Abrahams has stepped back from filmmaking, but remains a comedy pioneer. After hits like The Naked Gun and Hot Shots, he focused on philanthropy, supporting diabetes research due to his son's diagnosis. In 1980, 35-year-old Frank Ashmore played Victor Basta in Airplane, one of the jive-talking passengers whose memorable scene with Barbara Billingsley's "I Speak Jive" became a comedic highlight. Interesting fact, Ashmore's identical twin brother, Arthur, is also an actor, and the two have occasionally played the same roles in different projects. In 2025, at 80, Frank Ashmore remains active in acting, with a career spanning TV shows like The Shield and Criminal Minds. He's appeared in sci-fi hits like V and recent indie films. Ashmore also teaches acting workshops, sharing his expertise, and occasionally attends fan conventions to celebrate Airplane's enduring legacy. In 1980, 33-year-old Jonathan Banks played Gunderson in Airplane, a minor but memorable air traffic controller role, adding grit to the chaotic tower scenes with his intense presence. His brief appearance hinted at the commanding performances to come. Interesting fact, Banks trained as a stage actor and was a substitute teacher before breaking into film, a hustle that shaped his versatile career. In 2025, at 78, Jonathan Banks is a celebrated character actor, best known as Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, earning Emmy nominations. He starred in films like Mudbound and recent series like Constellation. Banks also lends his voice to video games and mentors young actors, solidifying his Hollywood legacy. In 1980, 65-year-old Barbara Billingsley hilariously played the Jive Lady in Airplane, stealing the scene as a prim passenger who speaks jive to translate for two hip travelers. Her unexpected swagger made the moment iconic. Interesting fact, best known as June Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver, Billingsley embraced the role to break from her wholesome TV mom image. Barbara Billingsley passed away in 2010 at 94 from polymyalgia. Her career spanned Leave It to Beaver revivals, voice work in Muppet Babies, and guest spots on Roseanne. Her Airplane cameo remains a fan favorite, showcasing her surprising comedic versatility and enduring charm. In 1980, 35-year-old Lee Bryant played Mrs. Hammond in Airplane, the frantic passenger whose hysteria prompts a lineup of slaps in one of the film's most outrageous scenes. Her comedic timing amplified the absurdity. Interesting fact, Bryant appeared in the original Broadway production of The First, a musical about Jackie Robinson, before her film career took off. In 2025, at 80, Lee Bryant maintains a low-profile but steady acting career. Known for roles in Death Wish and TV shows like Law and Order, she's also appeared in indie films and regional theater. Bryant occasionally shares stories of Airplane's wild set at fan events, cherishing her part in the comedy classic. In 1980, 43-year-old Joyce Bulifant played Mrs. Davis in Airplane, a passenger whose quirky reactions, like calmly reading during chaos, added subtle humor to the film's wild energy. Her understated comedic touch fit the ensemble perfectly. Interesting fact, Bulifant was a game show regular, appearing on Match Game and Password, showcasing her quick wit. In 2025, at 88, Joyce Bulifant remains a cherished figure in entertainment. Known for roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Weird Science, she's also written memoirs about her life and advocacy for dyslexia awareness, inspired by her son. In 1980, 45-year-old Nicholas Pryor played Mr. Hammond in Airplane, the flustered passenger beside his wife, caught in the film's iconic slapfest during a panic scene. His bewildered reactions added to the comedy's chaos. Interesting fact, Pryor appeared in over 100 soap opera episodes, including All My Children, showcasing his versatility before Airplane. In 2025, at 90, Nicholas Pryor continues to act, with a career spanning films like Risky Business and TV shows like Beverly Hills 90210. Recently, he's taken roles in indie projects and voiced characters in audiobooks. Pryor also mentors young actors and attends fan events, sharing fond memories of Airplane's wild set. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.